You have to look at the context for the FX markets. If we look at most of the trading platforms that I speak to, year over year, their volumes are down 30 to 40%. Volumes were already really low last year. So the reason we're not getting that follow-through that you're talking about is because there's just not any liquidity in the FX market today. The 3-month implied volatility is at extremely low levels in the G10 pairs. So this is something that has made the trading environment tricky for many traders. So that's the context for FX. With respect to the US dollar, we're sitting at a very critical support level in the dollar index in the 79 to 80 range. I'd suspect that we'll see the dollar bounce off these levels, potentially appreciating 3 to 5% over the next 6 months.
Let's talk about the euro then, because yesterday, once again, we had this continued speculation about some form of easing coming from the ECB, even though we didn't have any new comments yesterday. But, of course, on Monday, we get CPI data seen at 0.7%, and then the all-important ECB meeting next week. Do you think that the ECB will pull the trigger as early as next week?
Well, it's pure speculation at this point. Of course, many traders want to get out in front of monetary policy changes, but it's really too early to speculate on what the ECB may or may not do. I can say that if the euro dollar were to make a run to 140 and really test that resistance level, then certainly policymakers in Europe would have to take some sort of action. So that seems to be a reasonable thought. For the moment, though, I suspect that we'll stay range-bound off this low volatility and sort of bottom-barrel liquidity that we see in the market, sticking in the 137 to 139 zone. And then we would really need a strong statement from the ECB or some dollar strength to really see this pair go down, which a lot of the private banks here that I speak with are looking for.
And hi, this is David. We at Roubini, we've expected for a while the ECB to react to low inflation, but so far they really haven't done anything. They haven't reacted to euro strength other than the sort of verbal intervention. So in your opinion, what do you think it'll take for them to actually act, and what do you think they'll do next?
Well, I don't think that they'll do much of anything. I think that they'll stay in wait-and-see mode and take a cue from the Fed. I think that the speculation in many of the trading circles that I speak with is that we can have increasing interest rates in the U.S. with interest rates basically staying the same or going lower, even getting into negative territory in Europe. That would be a great opportunity to spurn the euro lower from these levels. But I wouldn't speculate too much about what the ECB may do to increase inflation. That's always a very, very dangerous game. There are rumors about stimulus, rumors about further monetary easing, but that remains to be seen.